My name is Michaela, and I'm 6 years old, and I've been a member in the baking club for over 1 year. Being a member from the gluten-free club has been pretty fun class. The days I've been cooking, it taught me a lot. It's taught me measuring skills, and now I know a lot more ingredients to name. And I'm a lot better at making gluten-free because when I started, I didn't know really any of the gluten-free ingredients. I didn't really know any. My favorite part of the gluten-free club for kids is seeing everybody's treats that they make on Facebook. My favorite treat that we made in the gluten-free club for kids was the melting snowman. I just loved it because it had so much frosting, like more frosting than all the other treats that I made. And I loved decorating it. If you are gonna join the gluten-free club for kids, you should. I love baking once a month and seeing all my friends on camera.
Max is here. I'm Allie, and I've been a member of the gluten-free baking club for kids for 2 years now. Being a member of the gluten-free baking box for kids has helped me with my baking skills and my communication skills. My favorite part about the club is that you hand pack every single box to accommodate your allergy or preferences. Oh, and she puts a little treat inside too. My favorite baking experience is probably when I got to meet my friend from the baking club for the first time in person and bake with her. So fun. If you're thinking about joining the gluten-free baking club for kids, you should totally do it. When I joined, it was so welcoming and I loved it so much. I loved Miss Paula and Gluten-Free Bentley and the whole experience. So join!
Welcome to the GF Baking Club for Kids. I'm Miss Paula, and I am so excited to share with you today that the club is opening up to new bakers. I host this big weekend once a year where I invite new bakers in a big, big way. I offer waitlist bonuses. I offer bonuses to sign up, and this time we have a great big giveaway. So I'm going to share with you a little bit today about what the club is and how it can help your child see their gluten-free journey in a whole new way. So with the launch of my cookbook, the Big Book of Gluten-Free Baking, a few years ago, I saw all these kids hold my cookbook and parents taking pictures with big smiles on their faces and hope that gluten-free treats that tasted delicious were just around the corner. So I had this conversation with my cousin and we talked about hosting a class. Now, I know we were in a virtual state of mind where everyone was doing virtual classes. And so that really helped catapult the GF Baking Club for Kids into what it is today. I know in person is so fun, but when I can join kids from all different states and help them see that they're not the only gluten-free kids out there, that's pretty powerful. One of the biggest challenges with kids on a gluten-free diet is that they have this social isolation. So they're always wondering, like, when they're going to get left out. Can I eat this? Is this safe? Has this been cross-contaminated? And I wanted to create a safe and inclusive place for them that would help them feel a sense of belonging, help them to know that they can feel confident in the kitchen, and that gluten-free treats that actually tasted good were possible. So what happens was, I hosted a free class, and it was a vanilla cupcake class. And so many kids came, and it was amazing. I can still remember how nervous I was and how much I wanted the kids to love their cupcakes. And thankfully, they did. That led into more and more classes, which led to a monthly baking experience where your child can receive, oh my goodness, a baker's box once a month. And it's so cute. It has all of these like favorite sayings on it. It says, life is what you bake it, so sweet without wheat. You open it up and it says, bake the world a better place, because that's what I want to do. When I see my bakers post in our Facebook group what they've just made and how proud they are of their accomplishment and how much they love the way it tastes, there's nothing more satisfying and rewarding to me in the world. It's amazing. And it really inspires me to keep going and keep creating recipes that are successful for them. Now, I will say, in this whole transition, this whole building of the club, the other thing that was born was my gluten-free premium flour blend. So in my cookbook, if you don't have it already, you'll notice that we use my proprietary blend of flour. It is 4 ingredients. It's brown rice, flour, arrowroot, sorghum, and potato starch. And it's 4 ingredients that we can say, that we can pronounce. There's no chemicals. There's nothing in there that we have to question. And it's also packed in a dedicated gluten-free facility by one of my favorite gluten-free brands. They saw the vision in my baking club and they helped me bring this to life. So they've helped me pack 3 cup bags to send in each and every one of the baker's boxes. Now, I say 3 cups, but the language we use in the club is grams. So this is 375 grams, because one of the biggest baking tips, one of the biggest gluten-free baking tips, is to use a scale and weigh your ingredients. I think knowing this from the start has really, really helped my bakers be successful in the kitchen. They are able to make the recipes time and time again. They're able to know that they'll turn out, and they can follow the recipe step by step, and there's little room for error. So I'm excited to be able to share my flour with everyone. Not only that, they also get extra. So we decided to give them more than what the recipe would need so that they can collect the flour and then come back to their digital club cookbook time and time again. What's the digital cookbook? I'm glad you asked. So that is a resource that I've created for my bakers that has all of the recipes. It has baking resources. It has baking tools. It has my preferred baking ingredients. It has so much more, but it's a great place for my bakers to stay organized with their recipes. It also has the most important thing, which is my step-by-step videos. So there are 2 ways to bake in the club. You can bake live with me in the bake-alongs that happen once a month, usually the 3rd Sunday of the month, or you can bake at your own pace following my step-by-step video. So I do this because sometimes kids are shy, sometimes schedules are busy, and I want to make sure that I'm there with your child, leading them. This is not one more thing, parents, you have to do. If your child is young, there will be some assistance needed, but if your child is old enough to do some of the things on their own, you can sit back, let them enjoy this accomplishment and the confidence in the kitchen, and let them present you with their gluten-free treat they made all on their own. It is so incredible. So the other things that come in this box, because you'll see the flour is just one little half of it, is I send them an activity sheet. Let's see. This month we're baking Very Vanilla Cake on Sunday. And I had the cute little activity sheet for them that teaches them a little bit about cake, but it also gives them a little bit of trivia and makes it a little bit of fun. So we have a themed worksheet, activity sheet. Then I give them the exact amount of xanthan gum. So you'll notice that in my flour, the xanthan gum is not included. That's because some recipes need it. All recipes need it. Some recipes need more and some recipes need less. So for me, I like to control the amount of xanthan gum that goes in a recipe. So that's why I kept it separate. So you'll get always the exact amount of xanthan gum for the recipe. In addition, so that my bakers can remember all of their baking experiences, they get a collectible coin. So I have these handmade. I guess handmade. I mean, they're lasered, but they're made by a local maker. And this husband and wife have totally grasped the vision of these coins and the baker boards and put this all together for us so that each month my bakers will get a coin that they can collect. And this month, with the Baking Club's 4th birthday, they've completed all 12 spots. I have some bakers that have baked with me 2 boards and more than that, actually, because I had a different collectible before that. This one is all inclusive, and I feel like it's just so cute that you can't help but love it. So we've got some fun sayings on them. Some of them have dates. It's just a fun little way for the kids to remember what we've baked, the baking experience itself, and then how it tasted, and if they want to bake it again. The other thing is that I throw in some gluten-free prepackaged treats, so some snacks. It all follows the theme of the month, which is based around what we're baking. But I want my bakers to have an experience. So it's something that happens throughout the entire month. So the first of the month, I'll announce what we're baking. Then I pack the baker's boxes. Then they arrive on their doorsteps. The minute they arrive, they can open up the box and they'll have 2 to 3 treats that they can enjoy right away. Then they can wait until until our live bake along, and they can have that other part of the experience. So there's so many things throughout the month, that so many little touches that create the entire experience for my bakers. It is definitely not just a box. So I just want you guys to make sure you know that. All of the treats are labeled gluten-free. They are often certified if for some reason they're made in the same facility or something like that. So I do my best to really fine tune what I send to my bakers. I want to send them treats that are gluten-free. I also always send dairy-free treats and nut-free treats, partly because I like to send things that I've had myself. So I really don't send anything that I've never tasted. Sometimes I'll say, we're trying this together because I want to try it, but I want to make sure that I'm sending you good quality snacks that maybe they can take to school, or maybe they can take to a birthday party or something like that, and share some new ideas. It's so fun to be able to grab the box and then have something immediate, like an immediate gratification, and then maybe do the worksheet and then put it aside and wait for the bake along. So those are the little touches that I put into our baking experiences. The last one is they get the recipe, of course. Okay. And the recipe it includes the tools that we need, and it includes detailed instructions, sometimes too detailed, but I really want to make sure I break it down so nicely for the kids and they don't have to worry about guessing anything. In addition, I wrote a book called Ella Bella Discovers Gluten-Free Baking and So Much More. This is a story about Ella and her brother Max. They're gluten-free. Their mom has tried to bake gluten-free time and time again. She struggled, but then she found the Gluten-Free Baking Club for Kids, signed Ella up, and it's literally changed their lives. So I wrote this story, and I've given this away as a bonus in the past. But what I've done this time is when you sign up, you'll get it as an audiobook. So you can, it's like a read along. So I read it, and then, we turn the pages and everything. So it's the exact same experience, but then in each box, you get an extension of that story. So each month, my bakers get to follow along with Ella and Max and find out how their month went, what they're doing for Halloween, what they're doing for Thanksgiving, how back to school is going. Sometimes there's a lesson. Sometimes there's a challenge that they've faced. Oftentimes it's just entertaining, and it's just another way to not make them feel alone. So those are the things that are included in the baking experience for the GF Baking Club for Kids. And I want you guys to know that this is a great place for your child, whether you're just gluten-free, whether you're gluten-free and dairy-free, whether you're gluten-free, dairy-free, nut-free, egg-free. I've had extensive experience baking egg-free too, because my kids used to not be able to have egg. So if you go to my stayglutenfree.com website and go like way back to some of those recipes, you'll notice that they're egg-free. So I've tried to leave no child behind. I want to make this a place where kids can come, again, feel a sense of belonging and love what they've made. So this weekend, the club is open, and I'm inviting you to check it out for your child. It's risk-free. You cancel anytime. There's 3 different options, ways to save and join, or ways to join and save. And when you join, you will be receiving a bonus class that is my ice cream sandwich class. And it is something that the kids have enjoyed. When I gave it away last spring, I think, the kids were so excited. They had never had an ice cream sandwich that tasted so good. And that just warms my heart, because ice cream sandwiches is such a child thing. Like, we have to be able to have those little things. Every child should be able to have pizza. Every child should be able to have a chocolate chip cookie. Every child should be able to have sandwich bread. And the fact that I can teach your kids these different things to make themselves in an easy way that's easy for them to understand is pretty remarkable. And I want you guys to experience that for yourselves. So you'll get your bag, and it will have the October baking experience in it. So if you join this weekend, you're going to get your baker's box. It'll ship October 8th through the 10th, something like that. I haven't looked at the calendar yet, but that'll be your first baker's box. Included will be your bag. Included will be your coin, and then the Halloween treats. And then you'll receive in the club cookbook, you'll receive access to that ice cream sandwich class. You'll have enough flour to make that. So the only thing you will not have is the xanthan gum. I encourage you to buy xanthan gum and keep it in your pantry. If you're baking with the club, you're going to want to have it so that your kids can bake anytime they want. Those are the things that I wanted to share with you today about the club. There's one big thing though. When you join the club, this weekend, we're doing a great big giveaway, okay? So I decided I wanted to do something really fun, even if you don't want to join the club. So you can enter to win one of 3 prizes in our great big giveaway. But if you join the club, you'll get 5 entries toward our giveaway. So number 1, and they're all in boxes and packed so nicely, so I don't want to like get them out and show you guys. but number one is a mixer with a copy of my cookbook and then some of my flour, so a bag of my flour. Prize number two is stackable baking pans with my cookbook and a bag of my flour. And then prize number three are double-sided measuring spoons with my cookbook and a bag of my flour. So any way you win, you'll be getting my cookbook and a bag of flour. But then you've got those other three things that would be really cool to win. So so those are the things that we're doing this weekend. Okay, so if you join the club, you get 5 chances to win, and I'll be drawing the winners on Tuesday, and then announcing and contacting the winners. So that's just something to make it extra fun. Like I said, this only happens once a year. We're going to have our bake along on Sunday. I invite you to be a part of our Facebook group so that you can see all the happy bakers. And if you join, I invite you to share in your favorite Facebook groups that you joined, and let others know, because the movement, what we're doing by helping these kids enjoy their food again and develop a positive relationship with food is pretty powerful. I still sometimes pinch myself because I can't believe I created this. And I don't say that, I say that very humbly, because I've met so many wonderful moms in this community that reach out to me, and we're friends. We talk about our kids. We talk about what we're sending in their snack box or what we're sending in their lunch box. And we share ups and downs. I am now the mom of a high schooler, and navigating the diet restrictions through middle school and high school has been definitely eye-opening. Some good, some not so good. And I think that when our kids are young and we can kind of control a lot of things, it's a little bit easier. But as they grow older and as peer pressure becomes stronger, and the bullying and the mean comments and all the things, it's really nice to have something that just belongs to them. And I want to create that space for your kids to try to. Like I said, it's risk-free. If you choose the monthly option, you can cancel anytime. If you choose 6 months or 12 months, that is a non-refundable option after your first box ships. So knowing how many bakers I have and knowing how many boxes I have to fulfill each month offers me the opportunity to buy things in advance, which offers me savings that I want to pass on to you. I know firsthand the cost of gluten-free living. I've been doing it. Let's see, I started my gluten-free diet in my 20s, but I didn't bake. I just ate the vegetables and the protein and the fruit. I kept it really simple. I'm a chocolate lover, so I love anything chocolate, but I just never baked. When I had my kids, I realized that baking was a necessity. It was really important that they had things that looked like the things that their friends were eating, tasted like the things that their friends were eating, and didn't make them feel left out. So I put all of my energy into creating desserts that they would love. And this is what came of it. And now I want to share it with your kids. Something fun that has come out of this weekend, or that's going to come out this weekend, is that it's also opening weekend for the new Transformer movie. So I'm a boy mom, and I have watched Transformers through my first child's years of growing, and my little one now, he loves Transformers. So I'm a huge fan of Optimus Prime and Megatron. And we are so excited about it. And my son, we were thinking about it. So I have to show you this because he helped me kind of like, we're decorating my set this weekend. So if you join me again over the weekend, like Saturday or something, we're talking about, let's see if I can see this, if you can see it. So he wants me to decorate my whole set with all of his Transformers with their backgrounds. And we talked about how we are transforming your child's gluten-free journey. So I love him because he always thinks of these really fun, creative ways to incorporate something of his into the baking club. He recently wrote a comic story about Max, who the mixer fell on him, and and it's a long story, but he wrote a comic about it, and I copied it and I put it in my baker's boxes because I want him to know that he can do anything, and that if he tries something, I want to support that. And my bakers loved it. And so this weekend, I want you to think about how the club can transform your child's gluten-free journey and how it can transform your life. There are treats we bake that we can keep in the freezer for those last-minute birthday parties, for just a last-minute family gathering. I always keep things in the freezer. It has changed my life. Knowing that a recipe is going to turn out the first time is life-changing. You're saving so much money without having to do the trial and error. So I'm at your disposal. I'm pretty available. Like if you guys email me at Paula, it's Paola at stayglutenfree.com, and you have questions, let me know. I don't want you to miss out on this weekend and this opportunity because you're not sure. The club will close on Monday night, and it will be, it won't reopen the rest of the year. Like there might be gift certificates available, things like that. But this is the time to get your child involved. We've got Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, or however you celebrate, Hanukkah. And they're winter baking experiences. They're not exclusive to one holiday or the other. I've got so many fun things planned. My bakers have made dinner and they love it. They've made dinner for the whole family. Now imagine, I'm there with them every step of the way. And I just want to encourage you to take the leap and to give your child the chance to experience it, because it's pretty profound. So I just want to thank you for joining me. I hope I didn't ramble too much. I don't do too many of these videos. You know, we're like cooking in the kitchen. We're cooking all of our meals. We don't get the luxury of eating out all the time, or just on a whim saying, let's go here. We have to research and do all the things. And so it doesn't leave a lot of time to do some of these extra things to promote the club. I've been so lucky that the club has grown basically through word of mouth for the past 4 years. And I'm so thankful for that. I feel like it's a little best kept secret. So it's not out to the masses. I do keep spots limited because I'm a one-man show. I pack your boxes. I make sure that every I is dotted and every T is crossed. I want their box to be something that makes them happy. I don't want them to have another experience that's going to disappoint them. They have enough of that. They don't need any more. So when a recipe doesn't turn out for them because of something, maybe they forgot to add an ingredient or maybe something, I always try to contact the parent and we troubleshoot and we work something out, and they always get something to replace it. I definitely am invested in the happiness of your child. This is just like signing them up for soccer or signing them up for Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts. This is a club. It's an activity. It's an experience. It's not just a box. So I don't want you guys to look at the box and see just a few things and then say it's not for you. I want you guys to experience what the club is all about, meet some of the moms in the community, come to the live bake-alongs. I want my bakers to come to the live bake-alongs. I keep them on the third Sunday so that we can kind of plan, unless there's a holiday. For October, it is either going to be the third or fourth Sunday because it is a Halloween baking experience. I want my bakers to have something to bake so they have something great to bring to school on Halloween. I don't want them to miss out. So I hope that this clarifies some things and it really encourages you to take a chance and sign up this weekend. Remember, you can have more chances to win. You can get the ice cream sandwich bonus, and you can have a firsthand look at how the club can change your life. Please reach out if you have any questions. Thanks for joining me.